up, mother. Get the out of my gym. No. I beat your mother. Motherfucker, I hit you 41. Get that way. 41-1. You can fight. Let me go. I'm gonna talk right here.
Huh? What do you tell Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, because he's watching your own.
Be a man, like, you know.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. finally spoke out in Las Vegas, delivering remarks outside his gym that carried more weight than any lesson he ever passed on in the ring. The 72-year-old trainer admitted, "I feel embarrassed by him. This isn't the son I brought up. I don't even know who this person is anymore," before emotion overtook him and he stepped away mid-conversation. According to people at the gym, Floyd Sr. had stayed away for nearly 3 weeks, deliberately avoiding questions tied to his son's situation involving Netflix. However, after finishing a private session, he was approached outside, and he could no longer hold back his feelings. One onlooker described him as visibly shaken, saying he quietly repeated that it was worse than any defeat he had experienced before abruptly, ending the exchange. Unreported until now is a private incident at the gym that took place roughly 2 weeks prior to his public remarks. Several fighters present that day said Floyd Sr. showed up without notice and insisted on a closed-door discussion with anyone who might have contact details for Floyd Jr. Sources claim that during that meeting, he attempted to reach his son multiple times, but the calls went unanswered. Witnesses say he left voicemails urging, "You're tearing down everything we created. Call me before you ruin yourself." The relationship between father and son, already weakened by years of public disagreements, now appears fully broken. Individuals close to both sides state that there has been no direct communication between them since the Netflix issue began.
And if you want to learn how to do it right, you better come see the right people.
Okay.
And look at the right people. I'm not even saying that it's whoever. It's me.
What's fueling Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s aggressive hunt for cash stretches well beyond the known. Jewelry disputes and overdue rent issues. Records reviewed by Boxing Insiders show that he owes roughly $38 million in unpaid taxes to the Internal Revenue Service, covering the period from 2015 through 2018, with added penalties increasing the balance by nearly $200,000 each month.
Takeaway is the IRS, if you pay attention, they're saying he owes taxes from the years 2018 to 2023, right? That's right after he retired and presumably stopped working with Al Heyman and Showtime.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s exhibition fight business has also collapsed beyond the tax issues. His planned fight with Mike Tyson was pushed back indefinitely after disagreements over the purse split, meaning promoters are refusing to match his demanded payment. The Greek exhibition scheduled for June against Zambitis is now seeing no sponsor interest after the Netflix situation went public, with European broadcasters completely stepping away from early talks. Boxing financial analyst David Mayo told ESPN the situation clearly. He said Mayweather's exhibition value dropped about 70% overnight once Netflix labeled him a contract risk. According to him, no one wants to put millions into a fighter who could take deposits and then disappear.
Who actually wants to watch this guy fight? Like, people that love him. If he comes out and what if he loses and looks terrible and gets destroyed? Well, look, if you love him or hate him, you can say, well, he's nearly 50 years old. This doesn't prove anything. Like, he's not in his prime anymore.
The loan Floyd Mayweather Jr. took against his Manny Pacquiao purse did not come from a bank or any traditional lender. Instead, it was provided by a private equity firm that focuses on high-risk sports financing.
Fortunately, Floyd was not the right partner and the right fit to do things with. And he just came back into my world, and now he's doing something that's completely, he's messing with big corporations and things that he doesn't even realize the level of doors he can open with this opportunity.
People with knowledge of these arrangements say the conditions are severe. The contracts reportedly include monthly interest rates of 15 to 20%, plus terms that allow full seizure of collateral if the fight deal fails for any reason.
First one, October 24th. The second one, November the 6th. The third one, December 14th. He received money for all three agreements when he signed them. Not only that, but he has taken out an advance on his purse to fight Pacquiao.
If Floyd Mayweather Jr. withdraws from the Manny Pacquiao fight, he risks more than just the purse. The lender can legally seize his Las Vegas mansion, luxury cars in his name, and remaining liquid assets as collateral. He allegedly borrowed against future earnings he never planned to secure and is now stuck. Fight and risk earning nothing, or cancel and lose everything to the lender, one financial source said.
You're not paying off properties that are getting foreclosed on. You owe millions upon millions of dollars to the IRS. You're buying assets that don't appreciate. You're having to sell back things and close businesses. You are not paying rent on spots in New York, on private jets, one of which he had to already sell.
The boxing community's response shows how thoroughly Floyd Mayweather Jr. has damaged relationships across the sport. Trainer Robert Garcia didn't only condemn the contract issue, he disclosed that he rejected a $150,000 offer to prepare Mayweather for the Manny Pacquiao rematch. He explained his decision by saying he no longer trusts Mayweather to meet financial obligations.
Mayweather playing games and letting fooling the fans, the people interested in this fight and everybody, just playing games to make it even a bigger fight, to make it a little more interesting, to make Pacquiao mad and frustrated, and because it's a fight that
Adrian Broner's remarks have added significance after he recently withdrew from a planned exhibition bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr. set for later this year. He reportedly informed his team that he refused to put himself in a situation similar to the Netflix and Manny Pacquiao cases.
I could be around Floyd. Don't get me wrong. I love being around him. He cool to me. Cool dude, whatever. But I can't be around him that long because he gonna do something that ticks me off. He gonna do something that tick me off, and I ain't the type that hold it in like his people that he pay and that work.
Oscar De La Hoya reportedly reacted sharply during a meeting at Golden Boy Promotions, saying that Floyd Mayweather Sr. once taught him the shoulder roll style. He added that watching Floyd Mayweather Jr. ruin that legacy for money already spent is, in his view, one of the most disappointing moments in boxing.
All the news on Mayweather Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost.
Freddie Roach said he is already preparing Manny Pacquiao for a replacement opponent if the fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not happen, with names like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. being discussed as backups.
Errol, Mayweather's going down. You're going to lose all your money.
What fans don't realize is that Freddie Roach has been preparing Manny Pacquiao on the assumption that Floyd Mayweather Jr. might back out, telling Filipino media, "We are getting ready for Floyd, but also for the possibility that Floyd is scared." A Joe Rogan podcast episode covering Mayweather's finances hit 8.3 million views in 48 hours. Where he broke down the figures. Mayweather reportedly owes $38 million to the IRS, millions to jewelers, $1.5 million to Logan Paul, hundreds of thousands in rent, and potentially $100 to $300 million tied to Netflix and Pacquiao.
And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever, like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith stated on First Take that he directly contacted Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s team for clarification. According to what he was told, Mayweather does not see the matter as a violation, as he claims he never planned to take part in a professional fight against Manny Pacquiao, regardless of any signed agreement.
I called just right away. What happened? What happened? Like, that's not what we signed. Like, we signed a real fight. So and he gets his advance. Why he's announcing like this propaganda, exhibition, that blah, 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 everything like that.
If that claim is accurate, it would shift the situation from a simple contract disagreement into possible fraud, involving agreements signed with clear terms that were never meant to be fulfilled while still collecting payment under those conditions. Legal experts following the situation noted that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s public remarks to Vegas Sports Today could provide strong evidence for prosecutors. If the case escalates into a criminal investigation,
yeah, there's a disagreement in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition, but really that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done, he took some advances apparently on the actual agreed upon terms of the contract.
Former federal prosecutor Angela Chen told Boxing Scene that once Floyd Mayweather Jr. stated on camera that this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition, while having already signed agreements stating otherwise and accepting advance payments, it could become critical evidence. She added that, if proven true, those contradictions may give prosecutors a clear basis for a fraud case.
Decides to walk away from it, there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be, I think the way he phrased it was, there's going to be problems, and clearly he's talking about legal maneuvers that would take place against Floyd, and he's calling his bluff. He's like, look, you can either engage in this fight that you have signed for, or I'll see you in court.
The widely repeated 8 to 9 figure penalty estimate overlooks the bigger picture, as it only relates to the Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao contract. Netflix could also seek separate compensation for reputational damage, with projections suggesting claims between $50 million and $200 million tied to subscriber backlash and already spent promotional costs. In addition, Sphere Las Vegas may pursue its own case for marketing losses and reduced ticket sales, estimated at $20 million to $40 million. Altogether, if all parties seek full damages, total exposure could surpass $400 million.
He's got to be the dumbest person in a position that he is in, and one of the dumbest rich people alive. He has to be. Because how do you think you're going to strong-arm Netflix into doing what you want to do with this whole, no, it's going to be an exhibition, no, we don't know where the fight's going to be, after it's already announced where the fight's going to be, the date it's going to be on?
Mike Zambidis' representatives in Greece have already warned of possible legal action due to overlapping fight schedules, with reports indicating their contract carries a $5 million penalty if Floyd Mayweather Jr. withdraws. The private equity lender involved in the purse financing has also delivered an official notice, stating that any breach leading to the cancellation of the Manny Pacquiao bout would trigger immediate seizure of assets, potentially putting Mayweather's mansion at risk before the summer. Meanwhile, Netflix has remained silent, which sources interpret not as delay, but as legal teams building a case designed to leave no room for defense.
Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So, earlier this morning, I spoke to Chaz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their...
According to sources within Netflix's legal division, the company is reportedly building a case that would not only demand financial compensation, but also pursue court-ordered injunctive relief aimed at stopping Floyd Mayweather Jr. from taking part in any future bouts until he completes his commitment related to the Manny Pacquiao agreement. If such an injunction is approved, it would effectively bar him from fighting in any form, including exhibitions and other matchups, unless he fulfills the contract terms or reaches a substantial settlement. At the same time, earlier comments attributed to Floyd Mayweather Sr. about being ashamed of his son are being widely discussed again. Gym insiders claim he told fellow trainers that despite earning over $1 billion in his career, his son could still end up in financial ruin due to avoiding one final fight, even describing him in harsh terms over the situation. An unnamed former executive from Mayweather Promotions also told Boxing Scene that Mayweather spent 2 decades crafting an image as boxing's sharpest businessman, only to damage that reputation in a matter of seconds during a public appearance, driven by fear of facing Pacquiao. For Floyd Mayweather Jr., the pressure is intensifying. Either fulfill the agreement and risk ending up with nothing, or face severe legal and financial consequences that could wipe out a billion-dollar legacy through court rulings and asset recovery.